What if I told you that one of the most famous battle strategies in our history, the one we memorized in school as an unquestionable fact, might actually be nothing more than a legend created to glorify a certain race? Today, we will confront the shocking truths surrounding what is known as the trench strategy. When the Persian Empire failed to confront Islam militarily, did the war truly end? Or did it simply move from the battlefield into the circles of knowledge and scholarship? Today, we will uncover what is described as one of the most dangerous intellectual infiltration operations in history. How some people entered Islam not only to believe in it, but also to change it from within. We will investigate thousands of fabricated narrations that exaggerated the status of the Persians while diminishing the greatness of major Arab leaders. Prepare yourselves, because what we reveal today may completely change the way you view historical heritage and tradition. The Persian entry into Islam was not a single leap toward power. Rather, it began through the widest gate of all, the gate of knowledge. When they realized that the Qur'an was protected by God himself, they resorted to fabricating narrations that interpreted it and distorted its meanings. They created thousands of hadiths to glorify certain groups while belittling others. Imagine that. It is narrated from the scholar Abu Ya'la al-Khalili that the Rafidah fabricated nearly 300,000 hadiths regarding the virtues of Ali and the al-Bayt, the Prophet's household. Although the number may seem enormous, it reflects the massive scale of stories that found their way into our books. The objective was clear: to glorify everything Persian, while at the same time criticizing the Arabs and their great leaders, such as Khalid ibn al-Walid and Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. They relied on an old propaganda principle: repeat the lie until people believe it. Once information is repeated thousands of times, minds gradually begin to believe it and even sanctify it as though it were divine revelation. At the center of this glorification emerged the figure of Salman al-Farsi, Salman the Persian. May Allah be pleased with him. After a careful examination of thousands of books, researchers concluded that all narrations specifically praising the Persians are fabricated, including those that exaggerated Salman's status in an illogical way. Let us take the famous narration constantly repeated from pulpits: Salman is one of us, al-Bayt, the Prophet's household. Scholars confirm that this narration is not authentic at all. The narrator is Kathir ibn Abdullah al-Muzani. Do you know what the major hadith scholars said about him? Al-Shafi and Abu Dawud described him as one of the greatest liars. Al-Nasa'i said, he is not trustworthy. Even Muhammad Nasiruddin Al-Albani classified the narration as very weak. So why do people insist on repeating it? Because it serves a narrative that seeks to insert the Persian element into the most sacred circle in Islam, the Prophet's household, al-Bayt. But the glorification did not stop at words and praise. It even went as far as stripping the Arabs of their military planning skills and attributing them to others. And this brings us to the story of the trench. The legend says that Salman was the one who came up with the idea, and that Quraysh was shocked and said, "This is a strategy unknown to the Arabs." But what is the historical chain of transmission for this story? The shocking truth is that there is no continuous chain of narration for it at all. The main narrator here is Abu Mashar, a man about whom Imam Al-Bukhari said, his hadiths are rejected. In fact, Yahya ibn Ma'in used to laugh at how weak and absurd his narrations were. Imagine that. A narration with no reliable chain, told by someone whom scholars mocked for his weak knowledge, becomes today one of the accepted facts taught in our curricula. Thus, we see how this obsession with narrations has infiltrated our minds. We have begun collecting stories without discernment, while the most important standard has been lost: the noble Qur'an and reason. Aisha bint Abi Bakr, may Allah be pleased with her, used to reject any narration she heard if it contradicted the text of the Qur'an. Yet today, we sanctify fabricated narrations simply because they have become famous. True reform is not the invention of a new religion. Rather, it is the purification of our heritage from the toxins that were inserted into it to glorify certain dynasties or ethnic groups. If our history has been infiltrated in this way, then what other truths are still hidden in the shadows? In the next episode, we will dive deeper into the concept of al-Bayt and how it was politically distorted. Follow us, because truth requires courage.